Hello guys, Cristiano here. I am a C programmer, learning all those things that I can. Hit the subscribe button, let a comment, that'll help so much the channel. All my videos will be in a fast mode with explanation. I'll reduce the time to be more precise. And we will face a lot of mistakes and debugs. Everything is calculated, or not. So don't be afraid. The link for all the source codes will be in the description. If you wanna follow, just get your copy. I was running a test with Redis and I decided to implement a simple cache using binary serialization. This allows for straightforward caching. I started by creating the header file and added it to set.h. I create the source file, I return to the header and add the includes, then define the context, which contains the buffer size, the buffer, and a boolean if it is cached. I create the arguments receiving the buffer size, I create the init function, then the open function. I replicate the init function a few times to create the other functions, rename the last one to the close, the next one to clear, then to is cached. I rename the other to the restore, adjusting the signature to obtain the data receiving the size, and finally store, receive the data at its size. I copy the functions and in the source file, I include the paste function and more includes and adjust the function to our boilerplate. This cache feature is interesting to optimize the calls that don't change so often. It is a lot of work to implement the features. Back here, adjust the texts. Init, clear the context. In open test, the args and the buffer size is valid, copy the context to the size of the object and allocate the buffer in the context. If it is valid, return true. In store, check the data, and if size provided is less or equal to declared, we copy the memory of the data based on the size to the buffer located in the context, and set the flag is cached. The restore, check if the size is less than the declared size, and if it's the size cached, and we cover the data by copying from the internal buffer to the data. In the isCached function, return true if the flag is set. In clear, check if there's cache. If so, clear the content and assign false to the cached flag. In close, free the buffer. Add the cache to the site source. Create the test rule. In the test, we do some includes and create the structure, the famous person. Create the cache instance, create a person object with data to be cached, and in order to retrieve the cache. Initialize the cache with init. And parameterize with open request a 1024 byte buffer. Check if it's cached. Cache the person, and we test to see if this value was saved. Clear the cache and check if it is cached and close the cache. We build and we have a error. Checking that, I implement wrong, not store but restore. To recover the first cache must be false. Add the store passing the person, now doing right to change. Check if it is cached, and the last is cached has to return false. Compile, in another error, we remove the is, some missing is from the copy paste, compile and testing, now good. Now we can add the header to installation, compile and testing, now it's ready. It's a very simplistic version of caching, but it gets the job done. At some point, I'll improve this. I already have data structures for that. That's all for now. I appreciate it if you get here. Don't you forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment and share. Knowledge is not enough. Waiting for more. Bye. See you soon.